Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to OpenDoors.la. I am your writer and host, Ethan Cancula, and today I am joined with DJ HelNyx. How's
What's
it
up?
going?
It's going. How's it
It's
going with
good.
you?
That's good. I'm doing great. Yo, so start off, like, where does your name come from? Like, what is
Okay,
that?
so when I first started DJing, when I wanted to DJ, I actually went by a whole other name. And it was actually my modeling name. And then I started thinking, I was like, yo, I don't want to combine the two. So I really sat down and I was like, I need a name. So I really love like Greek and goddess, like like the mythical stuff back then, like all that stuff. And I found out like there's a goddess from Hell, which she's like the goddess of the underworld or like the god of underworld, and then you have Nyx, who's the goddess of night. So there you got like the goddess and night of the underworld, and the music that I tend to play is kind of underneath that. So I went by HelNyx and then threw in DJ last minute before I submitted for the EDC project, and then it's just stuck with me, DJ HelNyx. So I like it. It's got like nice little ring. It fits
For
me
sure,
and
for sure.
comes from a very unique background.
Totally. So you said you modeled too. Do you have a different modeling name or?
No, I just go by me, Demi. I'm a freelance model, so I had friends in the past that wanted to use me for like, their clothing line or just to shoot me. I tried to be a suicide girl at one time, but there's like a lot of mess
What
in
is a
that.
suicide girl?
No, you don't know a suicide girl?
Never heard of that before.
So it's like an alternative world for modeling. So girls,
Okay.
who have tattoos. I used to have colored hair, shaved, the whole nine. And it's like a place where you kind of, it's like a more like what's the right word? Like a nudity. Like it goes from fully clothed to full nude. It's very clean,
But
like
it's an art
Playboy,
form. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, it's an art form for
tattoo.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I wanted to be a suicide girl because everyone loved these suicide girls. And then as I
And
got into it,
you're totally featured on some like crazy dope ink Instagram
yeah,
pages. So what does that feel
yeah.
like to like I mean you're kind of a
Um,
suicide girl if you look at it like that. Like you're totally getting the work with
Yeah, I got the exposure for sure, especially with some of the photos that I've honestly like archived because I wanted a different image.
Mhm.
Um, but to see some of the big name tattoo pages that like reposted my stuff, I was like, damn, like I got noticed. Like I feel like there's so many hot girls out there compared to me that I'm like, what? Like me compared to
That's gotta
like
feel good though. That's
like
gotta feel good.
that. And then like some of the photographers that hit me up that are like well known, like Caustics, he's like a very well known photographer in that industry. He hit me up wanting to shoot me for 2 years. He stayed in contact, so he shot me, and I'm a nobody compared to him.
Did you
So
guys did you
I was
guys
just like,
shoot?
oh yeah, we did. We shot in New Orleans.
Oh, that's dope.
When I was living in Louisiana, I went to New Orleans. I met two suicide girls that are actually super sweet, super dope in person. And then I met him, and we shot some dope shit, that it's all archived. Too much skin. I don't want the wrong image. I'm trying to like clear it up. I want people to really like hear my music more than see my body. So, um, but yeah, those are good times. Good times.
What's your favorite tattoo?
uh, the words read "bend your chest open so I can read your heart." And I was going through like a lot of depression, like didn't really close with friends, with family, like just things were going bad. And so when I heard that song, Inside Out, I believe it's called, I was in tears. I was like, yo, like that's something just hit me in that song, and I went and got it tattooed. And so that like I put it underneath my heart, so every time I see it, I'm like, okay, just keep your heart open, keep your mind open, just keep love there, just stay pure, just stay, just stay loving, just
Yeah. Yeah, I
that
love and
makes
I
sense.
love I love when music can do that to you,
When
when
it touches you.
yeah, totally, totally. I love when you hear something and then you might listen to it 3 or 4 times in a row just because like you connect with
Just
that vibe, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly,
Do
and
you
it
do
never
you
gets
feel
old.
like do you feel like you've created any or produced any songs that either touch you or that you've maybe had an experience with other people that have like or is that like the goal for you or
I feel like, okay, so two ways I can answer that. Like yes and no. Like yes, in a sense that I've linked up with a really good friend of mine. He's a rapper in LA. He goes by Major Reno, and we made a couple songs that really gave me chills. Like just to hear some of my work come to life and be like, yo, I produced that. I have a dope lyricist. We made fire. And then in my new mix that I just made, I actually pulled a song off my SoundCloud, and it's my first ever dark techno song that I
oh
actually threw
cool.
in the mix, and I was really proud of it. although it is like a remix, it's a remake of a song, the words hit strongly to me. So when you hear it full blast and it gets to that point where it's just really quiet and you just hear the lyrics, chills just run through my body because I'm like, yo, that's really what's going on in my life right now,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, and then in a sense, like, I don't know if it's touched anybody else because no one's ever really, I know my mixes have. People tell me they like when I mix, they like my energy. As for like my tracks, that's my goal, is like to
Mm-hmm.
touch more than just
Mm-hmm.
myself and two homies.
Mm-hmm. Now you have a song that I found, and if you really listen to it, if you really listen to it, it's just so toned down. The lyrics in the song are so kind of low and slowed down. It was a really cool mix that I've never heard of, but it's a religious song. It's from Oceans, which is like this huge. The song is called Oceans, but it comes from this big like mega church band in LA, right? Um,
Yeah,
so are you religious at
yeah.
all? Is that a song that's kind of touched you, and you were like, I'm gonna mix this in somehow?
You know what's funny about that song? I had no idea it was a religious song, and so my ex-girlfriend, she was super religious. She was like, wait, you just played, like, I sing that in church. And I said, huh? I said, I love the words so much. They touched me in a different way. I had no idea. But as for religious, I wouldn't say I'm religious in like the Christian book Bible sense. Like, I grew up Baptist Christian. My biological father's Catholic. I
Mhm.
never connected with any of those. When I moved on, but like when I moved by myself in San Diego back in like what 2014, I actually came across like Buddhism and Hinduism and dabbled in that, and then found a little bit of Wiccan. And between like those two religions and seeing like how the universe worked, I just became more spiritually in tune.
Mm-hmm.
So I
You're
just try to
definitely
listen to
spiritual.
it. Yeah, I just try to listen to what's going on around me. I try to pay attention to signs, to numbers, like weird stuff. I know people think like it's like super weird and not true, but that's my religion. I do believe there is a higher power, and I do have a higher self, and it's who I talk to on a daily, and who I rely on.
Mm. That's cool. That's
So
cool. I'm really excited to talk to you, mostly because I am such a big lo-fi fan. So, so what does lo-fi mean to you, and where does that charming musical influence kind of come at you? Where does that kind of come from?
so like it's rare that I meet people like you that actually like it and actually can listen to it and have like a real love for it. 'Cause I can hear it when you speak it, and I can see it on your face. And for me, it's a way to escape reality because you don't got to think much. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you just have like a really solid beat that's just at a very small decimal tone. It's easy for you to meditate. It's easy for you to get lost. It's easy for you to talk through your issues, or to like, I don't know, just not think, put the world on pause and just like fuck everybody at that point in time. And it's been a way to like self-heal. And the biggest lo-fi track I had that actually ended up blowing up on SoundCloud, which was amazing. My friend Paige showed me a song from Labyrinth, from that show, Euphoria. And when I heard it, I said, oh, this has to be remade into a chill
For
lo-fi. Like,
sure, for
its
sure.
vocals is like, it has to be. It has to be on something soothing, because this has touched me in a way to where I just want to hear that voice and not want to think, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So chill lo-fi is always going to be a part of me. So I will always mix it. I will always try to play it wherever I can, produce it where I can, put it out there, just so I have a wide, like, I'm not just stuck
Mm-hmm.
in one cage, you know?
And for sure, everybody that hasn't yet heard it, check out Labyrinth from the DJ right here, because it's dope. My last thing for you is, what do you think needs to change in this DJ scene, especially you being a woman in the DJ scene? I'm sure already comes with its own set of challenges, just because
Oh
of
yeah.
how the music industry is and how people are and have been. So that included, what do you think needs to change in the DJ scene?
I don't know if you're aware, or if you're on Twitter, if you're in the EDM Twitter, uh, but there's been a lot of stuff that's come up. And I think because we have more time to start seeing things for what they really are, a lot of it's with the bad intention on male DJs. Because a lot of these male DJs, I feel like, come into this industry for the wrong reasons, because they want, the money, the fame, the bitches. And they're able to use their narcissistic ways to manipulate these young women who are out for a good time, who are out partying, probably doing drugs, drinking, whatever they want to do, but are just like preying on your fans, on your fans. And I think the rape cultural and the DJ world needs to come to light more often. I think these victims, they're very brave for speaking. And we need to start moving these artists out, and we need to start putting in artists that are actually in it for the music, that are in it to connect with their fans, not to manipulate them and puppet them into doing things that, you know, no consent or whatever the case may be. Because the music industry is starting to get really sticky with that, and I think we need more female artists on the rise, because there is female DJs, but we just need way more, and then way more people who are in it for like pure intentions and not for the wrong reason.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on opendoors.la. Make sure you check out DJ Helena's official Instagram. It's right there down below. You can check it out. Thank you guys so much, and peace.
Peace.